another topic. Let's jump straight into it. Again, apologies, been out for a minute, been trying to get a little setup going. Again, investments and all that. But yeah, this week we're gonna touch upon the development in regards to Prince Andrew and the Epstein scandal in regards to obviously pedophilia and everything else that happened. This man has now paid, I believe, roughly 12 million or more to a person he claims he has never met her. If you recall to that interview that he did on BBC, where he was asked if he knows this girl, and he claims, "Oh, I've never seen her before. I've never met her before." He gets shown a picture. He goes, "Oh yeah, I only met her once when they came to London." And now this random girl that's obviously has made allegations towards him. He's now settling the case out of the courts for roughly 12 million pounds or more to a person that he never met before. Um, Again, as we all know as well, this money is not going to be coming out of his own pocket or the Queen's pocket. Even when we say the Queen's pocket, we all know where the money is coming from. That's your money and my money, right? That's the taxpayers' money, really. Um, but I don't know, man. It's a lot of frustration, and I guess even from the Queen taking away his titles as she did, everyone's like, oh yeah, like the Queen is doing the right thing. That as a mother, that must have taken a lot. Nah, the guy's a piece of shit. Do you know what I mean? Like he's a piece of shit. Um, there's only so much things you can hide, or dust under the carpet, really, before things are just untenable. But again, I say that, but we have the prime example of Boris Johnson, where with the whole parties scandal that's been going on, where there was no parties. Okay, there was a party, but I didn't know about it. Okay, wait, there was a party. I went to it, but I only realized it was a party when I was there. Actually, no. There was a party, but we only organized them because everyone needed to wind down from us, working so hard during lockdown. But Mr. Boris, your first answer was there was no parties. Do you know what I mean? But like, it's the responsibility and the accountability that's lacking all over the map. Mostly when it comes to the elites, right? But I'll make sure I dig deep a lot more in regards to where my thoughts are in regards to this whole Prince Andrew situation. I'm not even sure if we still call him Prince Andrew or just Andrew, but nonetheless, this guy, I'm sure he still has his he gets the peaks of being a royalist. But then on the other hand, Meghan and Harry are the outcasts just because they wanted to move away from the toxic environment. Um, but yeah, no, I find it strange because for you and me, we are held accountable for everything, right? Because we're not elite. We don't know a judge. We're not friends with politicians. We're not friends with presidents. We're not friends with the lieutenants of this army. We're not. Do you know what I mean? We haven't got those connections for us to get ourselves out of situations. Once we're in there, we're fucked, right? We're fucked. We have to take accountability and suffer the consequences that come with that situation. Again, money talks, right? As I say, money talks. And yeah, it's for me it's a lot of frustration because again, as we all know we're all hypocrites, as we know. So I'm not saying I'm perfect or you're perfect, but when something is as scandalous as this situation has been, there should have been real accountability, just like Epstein's. I don't know if it's his wife or his girlfriend or his mistress, whatever it was. Right, the woman that was part of the whole scheme, she's been given her sentence and she's going to jail. Um, but again, I guess it's the game of law, right? Because I have a friend that I was speaking to in regards to the whole situation about the law side of the situation as to how would the situation would have got to the settling it in court, right? Or outside of the court, sorry. And they were saying, well, more time, unless you can prove with beyond reasonable doubt, there's still a 5% chance that he might get away with it completely, right? Um, and she might have just thought, listen, 12 million plus is life changing money, Yes, I've suffered, but that'll pay for the legal fees for the lawyers I've done. Because again, these these women, not even this woman, these women have been pushing this case for 5 years, I believe, even before the Netflix situation came out, right? So for them, well, mostly specifically the girl that had the situation with Prince Andrew, she might just thought, listen, or been advised by her lawyers that listen, we've done well, they've come to the table, and this is an offer. Let's take it and run because if we take it to the courts and we can't prove beyond reasonable doubt that he did these things, he walks away a free man, right? Because the jury has to be 100% satisfied with the evidence and everything that's happened, that this man is innocent beyond reasonable doubt. Um, but I don't know. But then I guess it's a double-edged sword for me because it's almost like because she's taking the money, um, was sounds crazy again, just hypothetical, right? I'm just saying, giving you the devil on the shoulder, right? For me, her then taking the money and not wanting him to go into jail, then for other people, not myself, other people, they might raise questions as to why she's telling the truth in the first place, right? Um, this guy seems like a scumbag anyway because even like I said, going back, if you haven't watched the interview, I'll put it in the link in the bio. Um, the guy's a shit liar anyway. You can tell he's guilty. Even the whole lies about, oh yeah, I can't sweat. I've got this condition that happened. That I go when I was in the army. I can't sweat when you know it's clearly bullshit. Um, he'd be part of some 1% that have that diagnosis, right? So the guy is a total scumbag for one. Um, but yeah, I don't know. My worry is I would have preferred, but again, I'm not in the shoes, but personally, it would have been the best thing would have been for her to push as hard as she can, to get him to be sentenced as well, right? Just like Epstein's partner. Um, but the fact that she settled it out of court, it might raise a few questions as to was everything in whole the bigger picture? It was everything she was saying concrete, right? Because for the situation, because to be fair, it was a quick turnaround, right? From the fact that the guy was going to America to um, you know prepare for his to fight his case in court. To all of a sudden, it's been settled outside of the courts and da da da. But again, 12 million is a heck of a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money, life changing money as well. Um, you know, but I just feel like if that's the case, no wonder why we have people like Boris who feel like they're above the law. Do you know what I mean? As long as they give the right people the right amount of money, they know that person's got my back. And even so, I can use this information as leverage, right? Because I was able to bargain, the I was able to bargain with them for me to get this certain thing, right? So it just means these people will never be truly held accountable for anything really because they've got these secret societies. Again, I ain't talking about Illuminati, but really, you know what I mean? Like they have this secret um, um, communities that they have where if then shit, right? Either it's a newspaper, either it's the media, either it's the judge. What they can call that person and say, listen, this one, there's a story that's gonna come out. Please don't, go easy on us, and they will, right? Even the situation that happened with Boris, but the parties, certain newspapers didn't cover it really in that gruesome type of way or over the top, like the way they did with Jeremy Corbyn about anti-Semitism, right? So if you have your hands in the right pies, you're always going to have leverage and you're always going to be protected, right? And my worry is how far is this thing? Are these things going to go or carry on, right? Because again, we're in a society where everyone gets outraged straight away. Everyone is mad for however long, and then we move on, right? To the next hype. We move on very quickly to the next hype. So I don't know. yeah, like I said, money talks. It's definitely frustrating. It's definitely frustrating because I was hoping that this situation was gonna go all the way. It was gonna go all the way, and he was gonna have to tell us, try to explain his behavior as to how he's got himself in this predicament in the first place, right? Um, and that's not gonna happen. We're not gonna get those that information. Again, it's been really mad. It's been really crazy because on the other side, you have also these celebrities, like obviously the other footballer Mendy, who's also been done for rape charges. This guy has phoned down like everything. Bam, he's gone. But again, you'll have to see stuff like that because the justice system is working the way that it should, right? But again, this insane guy, insane number of females, with allegations towards him, and he's been found guilty, and in all parties. So, which is amazing. Which means that the justice system is working the way that it should. I don't know if it makes a difference because that's America where this case is happening, and obviously the Man City defender Mendy, he's obviously in the UK, so that's dealt with in the UK. And obviously, you have the Greenwood situation again. I've just sort of like avoided speaking about that one because I was waiting for more information. So if you don't know, basically, I'll give you like a quick outline. With the Greenwood situation, um, pictures were put out. I believe it was for May 2020. Um, in regards to the dates that were on Snapchat, right? Like bruises on her and like blood on her face. And also there's also a voice recording of Mason. It sounded like Mason, but I can't be 100% sure because this guy's my boy, for example. I don't know how it sounds, right? So because this guy barely speaks. I think I've heard him speak a couple of times on like football interviews, but also because I'm a United fan, so I watch him all the time. So I've barely you know heard him speak, but his ex girlfriend now, but the, that was in the recording, was saying obviously missing stuff, da da da. But the guy was basically pissed off because they were not being intimate enough, right? And he was just saying, "Listen, I'm tired of asking nicely, whatever." Da, da, da. So it sounded mad. It sounded mad, and this information was put out on the girl's Instagram. And again, shared borrowed. I'm just all these social media platforms, as well as newspapers, Sky, BBC. They all put it out on their websites, um, which led to Mason Greenwood being arrested for 3 days, I believe, where he was being questioned. And then another weird interview came out from the girl's father saying, "Oh, that she wasn't the one that put out the pictures, the information. She was hacked," which is again a bit crazy because if that's your daughter, you want to protect her, right? At all costs, you want to protect her at all cost. And yeah, it was weird because it almost felt as if he was more annoyed with the fact that it came out, and he wanted to make it blatantly clear that she didn't want it to come out, like someone else did that for her. But it's good, right? Because it's good that that happened in the first place. But anyway, so this guy was questioned for 3 days, and then he was released on bail for awaiting further investigation. Again, there's been no further information in regards to that, so we're still waiting. Um, but again, it'd be interesting to see how that one plays out. Because I know as far as trial by social media is concerned, he's guilty. He should be in jail. How is he not been sentenced already? But again, going back to the situation where it needs to be beyond reasonable doubt for the jury, that he's done these crimes. Because if it's not 100%, then unfortunately people do walk away and as innocent. Um, so yeah, it would be very interesting to see how this whole thing works. To be fair, I think the title of this one is gonna be: Is the justice system does it work? Does it work? Um, because I don't know, man. I just feel accountability and needs to be all around, right? It needs to be all around because when it seems to be there seem to be loopholes for other people and not others, they can lead to a lot of frustration. They can lead to a whole lot of frustration. Um, because I know if I do a madness, I'm going to jail. Like it's just what it is, right? It's just what it is. Mostly, and majority of the time, there doesn't need to be as much evidence as there is with some of these people that we see that have a platform or status or millions of followers or get paid. They've got this amount of money in their account. Um, but I guess if you can get yourself the best lawyers, you can provide the best defense, right? Um, and some of us are not on, haven't got the privilege um, of being able to do that. But I don't know. For me, in regards to going back to the Prince Andrew situation, I won't be surprised if this man gets his titles back because technically this situation never went to court. It could just be, listen, I paid the 12 million to stop it from, you know, her tainting my name. Um, so that was that. But really and truly, I never did anything wrong. So, but again, with the right team next to him, this person could end up being, you know, being a key member and key role to the royal family all over again, because this is how the game works really. Because until these people are behind bars, um, there's not much that you can do really. Just keep it moving. Um, and it's sad because like I said, it's the it's the hypocrisy of the whole situation. Because I know for well, if it's either myself or one of you guys in that situation, we are straight behind bars, and they'll definitely throw out the key. You lose everything. Um, but again, saying this as well, it's amazing to see social media do its thing, right? It's amazing to see that. But also, the one thing then we don't want to do, the bad side of that is we make up our minds very quickly. Nah, yeah, it's guilt. Guilty. Obviously, this is completely different. Obviously, Prince Andrew, the evidence and the documentary. If you haven't watched it, watch it. So it's on Netflix. The Epstein documentary. The evidence on that is insane. People just chose to ignore it because of the status of this guy. This guy was multi-millionaire, if not a billionaire. Like he was he had a status, right? Like presidents would be going to his mansion, and his beach house. Like this guy had a status, and he had the right people around him constantly, and he was almost looked untouchable. And I think someone else who was associated to Epstein just have been found dead in their cell today. Yeah, I think it was 76 years old, or no, 70 something. So it's like all these things now, like, do you know what I mean, coincident? I don't know, maybe, but you know, if there's people that are expendable, you are, they'll definitely make you the fall guy, but the head is always they're always very hard to catch, and they always manage to slide through the cracks and carry on really with everything else. But anyway, cheers, guys. Like, subscribe, comment below, and let me know what you think.